the Abbey Gate bombing. We know that the suicide bomber at the Abbey Gate was a prisoner released from the Bagram jail. In the beginning, they were saying it was ISIS or the Taliban. I'm like, it doesn't matter. They're all the same at this time. If he made it to that gate, it's because Taliban let him make it to that gate.
100%. Yeah, actually, it's really interesting. His last name is Logari. It might have been called Logari, but don't quote me. So he was actually detained in 2017 in basically a joint operation in India as ISIS. He got moved to Bagram. We ran out of Bagram in the middle of the night. He was released that day. So he got released July 1st, 2021. He then obviously goes to Kabul to do this attack. Yeah, so he basically went through the Haqqani checkpoints. I mean, I know you understand this, but when we were doing evacuations in Kabul, like the gates were controlled by the Taliban. And then at some point, the Haqqani network came in and took over security for all the gates. So, but when the attack happened, Haqqani network now had control of all the gates. So the head of ISKP at the time, Sanaullah Ghaffari, his last job before running ISKP, he was the head of the Haqqani network for Kabul. And basically, Sirajuddin Haqqani said, hey, if you join ISKP, because I can't do attacks as a Haqqani network when this Doha deal comes through, I will let you use my networks and you do attacks for me. You can use a Haqqani network for ISKP attacks. It's a win-win. So Sanaullah Ghaffari joins ISKP, ends up becoming its leader. So yeah, so when we talk about H-Kaya, obviously the attacker is dead, but there's 3 people solely responsible for that attack, right? There's Sanaullah Ghaffari, head of ISKP. There's a guy named Abdullah Omar Bajawari. He basically is ISKP's head of intel, but he was like the plotter that put all the pieces in place. And then Sirajuddin Haqqani, who controlled the checkpoints and allowed the bomber to go through. Anyone who says it wasn't a joint ISKP Haqqani attack is just lying to you. And they're doing what they did to the parents in Benghazi.
That implicates the Taliban.
100%.
Okay, yeah. So, and then, I mean, right when that happened, I'm like, okay, we're either going to blow up an empty warehouse somewhere or we're going to kill some poor innocent people to say we did something and we killed some poor innocent people. How did we, when we droned or bombed that family, did we already know who this guy was?
Did we know who the person was
actual attacker, the bomber was?
I'm not sure we knew who the bomber was. And unfortunately, when they bombed that gentleman, I mean, I think the info they had was it was like a white Toyota with a bomb in it or something. I mean, you've been there. There's like a white Toyota, every block. I'm like, that was your visual signature.
Every Corolla.
I can't even, as a targeter, however an operation got approved like that, I honestly think people should be fired for that. And we should hear from those people because there's no way you could justify.
We killed innocent people.
Yeah. But also, a white Toyota Corolla is your visual landmark. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
in a city, I don't know. Like
in a city with every other car's a white Toyota Corolla.
Yeah. the fact no one was held accountable, obviously, for the H-Kaya attack and this poor USAID worker. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.